You can never please a woman, so stop trying. Oh man, this is some deep truth here. I'm trying to find like the most like blue pilled version, but these are all pretty red pilled here. All right, it looks like there's still some gangster literature in this life. This one's nice. Better to live on the corner of a roof than share a house with a nagging wife. Woo, buddy. Get out, sister. Get out. No nagging allowed. No, sorry, brother. No, no, no. What is the hot dude in the sky version of this verse? How would he word it? Well, you have to read deep in the book of Jonathan. Jonathan chapter 3 verse 16. Always put yourself first. Always put yourself first. This is some cold, gangster, heartless advice, but at the end of the day, it's the cold hard truth. You got to put yourself first. If you're not taking care of yourself, who is? And you know what? Nobody's looking out for number one except for yourself. You know, everybody, yeah, you got some friends here and there. They'll help you out and whatnot. But no, at the end of the day, it's you and numero uno in that mirror. And if you're not taking care of that guy, you're just going to get used and abused by the world. Captain Ron says, the blue pill part is assuming you need to leave for the roof, not kick her ass out. Ooh, that's gangster right there. Yeah, as long as you have the law on your side and the leverage to throw her out of your life at any time, I'm okay with the LTR. The moment she has the leverage over you to like legally use the law to stay in your presence, that's when I'm like, all right, that's bullshit law. Because let's flip the script on you. Let's put the pressure on you. Since you're so strong and independent, why don't you bring up all the money and you sign the contract with all the risk on it? Not me. Son. You can never please a chick, okay? And the reality is, this title is a little bit clickbaity on purpose. But to be honest with you, the title of this could really be, you can never please a human, so stop trying. Because this is really truth here. You cannot control somebody else's feelings. There's just very, very limited possibility of this occurring. And when you invest your happiness into making somebody else happy, you're investing into a black hole that it will leave you emotionally and in some situations financially drained. You cannot please somebody 100% of the time. So you need to just remove trying to do that from your, the steps of action you take in life. Like, make sure that that's something you're not doing, because really it is not a very good thing. I have been in a relationship with a chick that had like I know a lot of, it's like cliche, and a lot of guys want to say, oh yeah, I dated this BPD chick, but this chick I dated literally was diagnosed with BPD, which is borderline personality disorder, not bipolar, borderline. She had a series of scars on her right hip where she used to cut herself with a razor blade. She was an alcoholic. And I didn't really pick up on this at first because she was my neighbor. And it started off, like typically how usually it does start off. Starts off good, it was nice. But then, there was small incremental amounts of emotional abuse. So what happened was she would start getting increasingly unhappy, like displeased in my behavior. Like I needed to continue to raise the bar. And the reality is I should not have even started doing that in the first place, right? The reality is I should have just continued to live life for me, not chasing endlessly to make her happy. So what I ended up doing was I kept on going down this path of like trying to make her happy. and it was like this high and low emotional roller coaster. And like, dude, okay, so this is some crazy shit, okay, but like, I was like peak testosterone guy at this time. This is when I was at the best shape of my life. I was like lifting nonstop. Like my whole life was literally eat, go to the gym, and like train, and then like do sprints after. So like I was in super like, talk about the DNA flex. I was like super flex in my DNA. But I was in really good shape. I had like this aura of confidence. So she would try to fight me, and then she lived above me. And so I lived on the 6th floor. She lived on the 7th floor. And I'll never forget this because pussy was so good too, because she was crazy as fuck. Psycho, dude. Psycho, to be honest with you. Jesus Christ, man. A good girl. God bless her. She just went through some shit. And so, hey, we all have our tales. You guys know my story. I put everything out there for you guys to know. So you guys know I've seen some shit. And so did she. But the sex was just so good. And it was like, I was caught in this cycle of like trying to please her, getting this like toxically addictive and crazy good sex, and fighting with her. And so I remember one time she like slammed the door, locked it, and she was on the 7th floor, and she was just ignoring me for like 5 hours straight. And so I remember I got so pissed. This is insane. So, but we were fighting, and then we were fighting over text message, and I climbed up from my balcony onto her balcony. So I climbed from the 6th floor to the 7th floor on the outside of the balcony, and jumped over her and went inside her house. And because the door was unlocked, there's no reason to lock it on the 7th floor unless Spider-Man himself is coming in, which I Spider-Man that shit because I was trying to make a point. Because we were, she was fighting and she was losing, and then she just backed off into her room. So then I scaled up the side and crawled in the room, and she was impressed by that actually, because we had like mind-blowing sex after that. But it just kept on, going and going and going and going. So that relationship taught me a lot because it ended up getting really dark, to the point that like she came to America and like even terrorized my family with just her very poor presence. But it's not saying like all Japanese girls are like that, but like she is, because she had a very traumatizing childhood. Winston Wolf says, was Bichiko the one you were hotboxing the car for on the way to the airport? Yes. Ivor, would you agree that if a girl is raised through trauma, she only knows trauma, she'll always need trauma, and cannot be bound without it? Yes, that's actually a very sound psychological analysis. But yes, we are always trying to recreate our childhood. So we either have to come terms with this on a conscious level. But yeah, go ahead and check that out. Let's go back to the chat here. But yeah, Ivor, yeah, 100%. This is very, very true. You have to either come to terms with it, or, they're just going to constantly be looking for drama. That's why the girls who like stay with guys who like beat the shit out of them and stuff, it's because they like to an extent. I know this is going to sound super fucked up, but it's psychologically a true fact. So like, please, like, research this with science before you try to ban me. But like, some of the girls, they like it. They had some sort of trauma when they were younger in life, and maybe they got their ass beat by their dad or by their uncle or by their brother, and maybe that is just something that they emotionally crave, which is a physical reality, and it's a possibility in this life. So that's actually very deep analysis there, Ivor. Good stuff coming from you. So yeah, you can never please a woman, so stop trying, right? Part of being a guy that understands women and dates a lot of girls and whatever himself is you got to come to terms with the reality of it, okay? And that is like, dude, I mean, girls will like, there is truly no end to trying to please a chick in regards to you know, you can't make that the end game of your existence, because, you know, you could get caught in a dead end. Now, you could get lucky and meet a girl that is like happy. Like, you know, when I was in Vietnam, like, you know, obviously I was with a girl, and when this chick was happy, when I was doing stuff for her, she was like sincerely happy, you know, it made me happy, right? But it made me happy as a bonus. It was like I'm just doing this to make her happy. But I have myself structured in a way that, like, I can get happiness from somebody else getting happiness because of me, or them just being happy in general, but I don't necessarily need it. See what I'm saying? That's the big difference there. Yeah, reading some interesting stuff in the chat now. And the chat's on fire today. Good Lord. Good stuff. Arnold McBumface says, it's in her nature to try to turn you into a bitch. When she succeeds, then she leaves. Yeah, there you go. Psychologically, being a woman, she needs to fix shit. If all shit is fixed, she is bored. Yeah. Kind of getting off track here, but I am having a good old time. You can never please a woman, so stop trying. Yeah, that's just really what it goes back to. Stop trying to just get anybody happy, okay? Make yourself happy. That's really what it boils down to. If you're not making yourself happy, you're in for some trouble. Make sure we are investing, guys. Make money, make muscles, learn game, you know? There's the 3 parts to this thing. It's not all about just get pussy, get pussy, get pussy, you know? Vagina is icing on the cake. But living the hot dude life, that is the ultimate reward. That right there is the ultimate reward.